everyone, it's Bloom here, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Clock Tower The First Fear. This time, we are getting the S ending. This is the best possible ending, and... Yes, I saw that. And, it is technically a secret ending, because it's not even on the endings list in the game. What we have to do is we fulfilled the same requirements as ending A, except the way we find out that Mary can't be trusted is not through the Simon Barrows route, it is through finding Walter Simpson's corpse. I almost said Walter Sullivan. Walter Simpson, Jennifer's father's corpse. And we have to keep either Laura or Anne alive until the end. And they actually do survive in this ending. That is why it is considered the best. Unfortunately, it's not canon because revealed in the PlayStation Clock Tower 2, I don't even know what to call it because it's not Clock Tower 1 because this is Clock Tower 1, but it's called Clock Tower outside of Japan, but this game is just Clock Tower inside Japan. But you know what I mean. The sequel. Let's just call it the sequel. There is a key. Pocketed the West Wing key, and the reason we know it's not canon is because in the sequel it's revealed that Jennifer's the only one who survived this incident. But we're gonna save Laura because we kept Anne alive until the very last moment in ending A, and so we're gonna mix things up a little, and also Laura is way easier to save because of what I mentioned about the Anne's window death in the A ending. I explained all about that. There is a small bottle of perfume. It's the same as our teacher's, Miss Mary's. Got a bottle of perfume. Let's free up this hiding spot. A parrot? I hope the crows don't find out about that. Well, for all I know, crows and parrots are mortal enemies. Let's turn off the light so it's creepier. In the Super Nintendo version, when you leave this room and you're being chased by Bobby, when you go back in here, regardless of whether you turn the light on or off, the room is dark, and I like that. But it doesn't happen here. If you go back in, as you can see in, like, ending F or whatever I did, was... I went back in there and it was still light. No, you don't get to rest yet. You haven't earned it. Nope, we're gonna get Anne's sealing death. And this occurs if you try to leave without seeing any of the death scenes. It's kind of slow motion until, like, she starts falling further and then it's just regular speed. I say slow motion, but it's really just, like, less frames. You had to free up this room beforehand or the parrot would rat you out. And sealing death scene with the stained glass and everything is a direct reference to the opening death scene in Suspiria. Which is a movie by Dario Argento. It's one of my favorite movies. It is just a beautiful horror movie. The most colorful horror movie I've ever seen. The plot is super muddled and makes no sense, but, like, who cares when the soundtrack and the visuals are that good? What are we gonna do first? Yeah, let's go over here and, find Walter Simpson's body, and then I can show you what happens when you find Mary in the parlor when you already know that she cannot be trusted. Oh, and did I show you if you try to open this door, it doesn't work? Because there's a box blocking it. That's why we moved it earlier in the other playthroughs. And, It's a reference to Suspiria because this game is just an entire reference to Dario Argento's Phenomena, another movie of his that is far less critically acclaimed, but still visually beautiful and definitely worth watching if you're, I don't want to trigger Bobby in there yet. Definitely worth watching if you... well, I guess if you're a fan of this game or if you're a fan of horror in general. Because it inspired so much. You could even say that Phenomena is the reason we have survival horror, because this is one of the first survival horror games. And yes, I know, there were earlier survival horror games. But this is one of the first true survival horror games, like I've said before, because it actually contains mechanics that are meant to make you scared, instead of just having a game that's, like, themed around horror. Not that I don't like Sweet Home or Alone in the Dark, because I do. But, like, I adore this game. Whatever. Okay, so for this ending we also gotta free the crows. It's a glimmering dagger. Got the bronze dagger. I could have sworn I've seen people like find the mummy before and it doesn't open its eyes. Maybe I'm just imagining it. There's something shiny. It's a key. Just melted into pudding. Pocketed the bird's cage key. Wow, this is really our last playthrough of this game. I feel like I've been doing this forever. You can get a lot of replayability out of this. How long are all these videos gonna be together? Like 5-6 hours? Probably less. I don't know if I'm getting the demon idol or the staff yet. It is. A metal cane is stuck in the celadon pot. It's the staff. Obtain cane. Ah! Stop that. Good. Ouch, my ears. I didn't even click on the piano, I clicked on the stool. Anyway. Can I not examine this? Like, examine that the wall is painted over? Okay, so the rope is in here because we need it to get down. And I'm guessing Bobby can't be in here because, if he was, then there's some rope here. Got a rope. Then we would have no way of getting away. I don't know if this works in the PlayStation version, but if you enter this room, I would... In the Super Nintendo version, I always wait, because if you run over here immediately and Bobby jumps out, then you're not going to have time to get away. So you just have to wait, and then the box will open and either reveal Bobby or reveal a cat. That's strange. This part of the wall is a different color to the rest of it. The wall seems to have been re-plastered for some reason. There are cracks in it, and it looks like it'll collapse. There's a room on the other side. I wonder how long it hasn't been used for. The air is stuffy and heavy, and if you go in here and there's nothing in here, it means that you haven't, It depends on the version. I've played this game a few times while not recording. I played the PlayStation version a few times while not recording, and every single time I went in here, regardless of whether or not I've gotten the key item, which is the demon idol or the staff first, the skeleton has been in here. But if you go in here and there's nothing in here, I think that is only possible in the Super Nintendo version, but I could be wrong. Regardless, it means that you just haven't beaten the game enough times. If you want to go down a route that... It looks like a medical record. The patient's name is listed as Mary Burroughs. That's the name of the master of the house. Mary Burroughs? What was I saying? But if you want to go down the route where you do find out that Mary can't be trusted without entering this room and finding this stuff here, you can still do the Simon Burroughs or Barrows route where you get locked in jail. That is the other way that you can find out Mary can't be trusted. But for the S ending, we have to do this. It seems to be a medical record. 2 newborn babies are the patients listed. A black leather medical bag. There is a name embroidered inside. Walter Simpson. Walter Simpson? Father? The corpse is grasping a piece of paper in its hand. It appears to be a memo. And she holds the skeleton and it just stays together like it's some sort of cartoon. That's a kick-ass image, though. 11/10/1986. I am Dr. Walter Simpson. It has been 3 days since I was trapped within this room. I know that I won't have long now, but before this ends, I must record it all. Those twins will be a blight to this world. I was brought here to this mansion for the sake of the wife's delivery. What she brought into this world, though, not 2 boys, but the spawn of the devil. Shortly after their birth, they both devoured my right hand. However, their bodies were deformed, and they won't be able to function properly. I can only hope that they'll not last any longer than 3 days at most. If they were to continue to live, they must be killed no matter what. If they aren't stopped, then they will bring chaos onto the world. Breathing is painful. The air in this room is running out. There's no air left. Within a cradle under a star are the 2 boys sleeping a dark slumber. Jennifer. 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 It's a skeleton corpse. It's your dad, Jennifer. Let's go find Mary so I can show you what happens. Oh. Rope. Ow, rope burn. I don't know if we can use that evasion point after that. So let's, just in case we need to, I guess I'll put the plank here. Alright. Alright. I feel like someone is watching me. I bet it's gonna be the French doll this time. There's a key on top. Pocketed ritual key. What's that sound? Oh, nope, it's the clown doll again. Clown doll's been getting up a lot. I think we've only fought the French doll like twice. Oh, it won't open! Alright, now let's go find Mary. And get the gold key and everything. And then we can come right back. It's a canister of insecticide. Picked up insecticide. Last time we'll be doing this, thank goodness. No good, I can't climb it. It has clothing inside. What kind of clothes are these? Obtain a black robe. Okay. We don't need the ham this time. So, just get the gold key. Sprayed the insecticide. A key fell down. Pocketed golden key. This mansion's weirdly laid out. Because, like, you have the kitchen and then, like, where's the dining room? Should be nearby. Whatever. Golden key was used. Golden key is usable there. Well, Mary's not here. But, we can get the silver key. Looks like the glass was used very recently. There's still liquid at the bottom of it. Ah! There's a silver key tucked underneath the glass. Pocketed the silver key. So if we examine this armor, Laura would be inside. And this, the rule of, if you don't see her die, she doesn't die, applies, to Laura here, but not Anne, as I mentioned in the A walkthrough, because she can easily die if you hear her scream in the hallway. I want to find Mary! So this scene only happens if you have already found Walter Simpson's body. The scene I will show you right now. Miss Mary? I'm glad to see you safe, Jennifer. What's the matter? Come over here, please. What you actually have to do is just leave the room. She won't follow you, and you can actually just go back inside and she won't be there. If you still need to get the silver key or if you want to see Laura die. But we already got the silver key, so we can go right back upstairs. Silver key was used. There's a mural across one entire wall. I can't see the whole mural. It's hidden by the shelf. Push the shelf over. Die, shelf. A room where a ritual is being held is depicted. I wonder if the room depicted is in this place. A note has been put into the Book of Spells. Time is made to adhere. The clock of the Great Clock Tower has been stopped. Where's the crow room? Is it... This is where the bedroom and the study was. The nursery and the study. Yeah, it's gonna be somewhere at on the bottom floor. Nope, this is the bedroom. Right there's probably the ritual room, right? Yep, so I'll come back here in a minute. Okay. And, if you're playing the Super Nintendo version, if you're just tuning in, the bird's cage key would be found right here. Or somewhere in this room, I forget. But you don't need to go through all the trouble of stabbing the mummy. It's a dead crow! The rats ran away. It's empty. Oh, mood. I want to run away as well. I am going to give this game one more chance. One more chance to let me find the maggots. Please, please let me find the maggots in the faucet. Other room. Am I just imagining it, or is it only in the Super Nintendo version? Because this is the only event I've tried to find that I just can't get. Come on! Okay. Well, I have to say, I think that it is only a cat in there. In the PlayStation version. Maggots? No, water. Water seems to be working. Alright. Oh, over here? If you try the staff or the demon idol and it doesn't work, it just means that you have not opened the room in the east wing with the silver key and looked at the mural. If in the case of the staff, you have to push down the shelf too. What's that sound? The hole seems to go really far down. If I use this ladder, I can probably get all the way down there. last time. What's that? It's like a dog's growl. The smell that I know so well? The smell of Miss Mary's perfume. Lot! Lot! You're alive! Jennifer. The clock tower. The switch. Lot? Don't go! I'm the only one now! No, you're not. Laura's still alive. And we can actually save her this time. What? Oh. Not even foreshadowing, because, like, I mean, they added this in the port. Okay, and now we are going to select the third floor. When the game asks you to. And if Laura is laying on the floor, Alright, we got it.
Laura!
Jennifer. You, it's just you! I've prepared. What are you going to do? Little crows?
Laura!
Alright, so that was the S ending, the best possible ending. And that is the last ending that I recorded. Should be the last video in the playlist. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you check out the other videos, because the other endings are definitely worth it, and I showed a bunch of different things that can happen in each playthrough. So I guess it feels weird to review this game because it's from 1995 and is one of the first of its kind, but I really do love this game. A 16-bit game has no right looking this good. Like, it really does look good, both stylistically and technically. I still find some parts of it a little creepy. Wouldn't say I find it scary, but it's definitely scary for its time. The music is great and creepy. I love the atmosphere. It's not a very long game, but it makes up for it with the different scenarios you can go through. And again, it's one of the first of its kind. The only predecessor would be like choose your own adventure storybooks or choose your own adventure games. But this is definitely a more advanced kind of that. And there is a sequel. I think I'll be calling it just Clock Tower because that's what it was released as outside of Japan, but it is the direct sequel, and it follows Jennifer from what happens after this game ends and solving the mysteries of the Burroughs family. And honestly, I do not find it as good as this one. I find it much worse, honestly, in many ways, but it's still a really fun game, and there are still parts of it that I do find a little creepy, but it's definitely not as good as this one. This is my favorite Clock Tower game. I love it. It's definitely one of my favorite Super Nintendo games as well. A remake of this game would be really good. Remothered started out as a remake of this until it became its own game, and that was really cool. The remake of this game, what Remothered originally was, only exists in like a few screenshots and in like my memories because Chris Darrell refuses to release it because he thinks it's bad, but it's not. It's really good. I love the beta version of Remothered. It was awesome. I'll see you next time.